Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Porto for the 9th annual Urban Sketchers Symposium. This was such an exciting event. I really loved it, so I want to share my experience with you. I took some videos of just the city. It's just a beautiful city. It has a medial part of the town with narrow streets and colorful houses. An amazing place to sketch and get inspired. I really loved my week in Porto. The symposium took place from July 18th to July 21st. I am posting this video a little late. It's August already. I actually had a bit of an accident with my phone. It fell on the cobblestone streets of Porto and the whole screen cracked. So I had a very difficult time editing this video, so I apologize for any little glitches that you see in the editing. I'm gonna need to buy a new phone or fix the screen. I don't know which one is more expensive. They seem to be about the same price, and I'll figure that out so I can keep posting videos on the channel. So here, basically for the symposium, it was in the main venue, which was the customs house, the old customs house. It's kind of now converted into a convention center. And then we had sketch walks and workshops, and there were some exhibitions, silent auction and art market. So this is the actual, you can see the inside of the customs house where the venue was, where the symposium was held. And this is the art market. Different vendors that were sponsors of the Urban Sketchers Symposium had booths here. They were either giving demonstrations of their products, you could try them out, or you can buy them. There was an exhibition of Portuguese urban sketchers that went around the country doing sketches of all the regions of Portugal, along with urban sketchers from other parts of the world. And that was really cool. And this wall was a very nice interactive piece of the symposium where everybody could get their hands on drawing little parts of the city in a big wall that was at the end. This is the Winsor & Newton booth. They were showcasing their watercolor markers, and they had an artist in residence who was sitting behind the booth and kind of doing little demonstrations, and you could also use them. This is actually an easel that I loved, so I took a picture of it because I liked the tray. And this was my favorite product. It's the Kings Creek handmade wood watercolor palettes. They're made by Larsen in Germany. I'm gonna actually put a link below to their website. They're just a piece of art. They're basically all handmade. Great design. One of their designs clips to your sketchbook, so you can have hands-free experience. It was great. I'll put a link. They are a little pricey though. They're in the $200 range, so they are quite pricey. This is one of our sketch walks where just sketchers would like walk to a spot in the city, and then sketchers would take over the city. There were sketchers on the street, on the floor, on stools. Those sketchbooks were great. Really they were on different parts of the city, of all beautiful places in the city, and you got to see a little bit of Porto in every one. This is a workshop that I took. It was very interesting. It was about composition and lights and darks. After every workshop, everybody would share their work, and it was just a lot of fun to see. The artists that were giving the workshops were great. This is one in the train station where the workshop concentrated on drawing less and showing more. So how do you draw less but actually are able to express the essence of what you want to show in your drawing, I love that workshop. Overall, I had an amazing experience. I would recommend it to anybody who's an urban sketcher to go to a symposium like this. The next year's symposium is going to be in Amsterdam, and it's going to be great. I'm hoping to go back because I had such a good experience, and I met sketchers from all over the world. And now the best thing of the symposium, the goodie bag. So when you actually register and sign in for the symposium, all attendees get an amazing goodie bag full of products from all the sponsors that sponsored the symposium and the Urban Sketchers nonprofit organization. And I mean, the bag is just amazing. It's at least $100 worth of products. A lot of different things and mediums that I wouldn't have tried or seen otherwise. So I'm super excited that I got to show you this bag too, so you can see what you would get if you were to go to the symposium. I'm going to show you all the products inside, and maybe I'll do some reviews on later videos for some of these products. This is the list of all the sponsors of the symposium, and like Winsor & Newton, Faber-Castell, I don't know how to pronounce this, Luctrum notebooks, Da Vinci, Hahnemühle, Daniel Smith, Nevskaya Palitra watercolors, and other brands that are more local. So first of all, I'll show you what I got in the goodie bag. And I got first of all, I got all these notebooks, which I left them outside the goodie bag. I have so many sketchbooks now. It's going to take me like years to go through all these. I got a pen and ink sketchbook, landscape. And this is by Art Supply Enterprises. It looks really nice. It's 54 pounds. So this is more like, for probably pen and pencil and stuff like that. So not good for watercolor, but still good for sketching. Got a Rhodia sketchbook. It's really pretty. I like the size too. I like these two sizes because I can take them with me in my purse. This is 90-pound paper. It's by Rhodia, and it says Clairefontaine brushed, which I'm not sure what. Oh, it's made by Clairefontaine, which is a French notebook company. White paper, 96 sheets, very nice. I got a Clairefontaine row book. I'm not sure. Just a sketch, 90 gram paper by Clairefontaine, 48 pages, 24 sheets, made in France. Very nice. It's kind of a soft cover. And a Strathmore Sketch recycled paper sketchbook. This is 60-pound, 50 sheets. Very interesting format. It is so long. I'm gonna do some experimenting with this. This is pretty cool. I like it. I got this Lectrum 1917, 180 grams, white. I'm not sure how many pounds that is. Does it say? I would have to make the conversion, but it's 96 pages. It has an expandable pocket, and it has a page marker and an elastic. And I'll put all the links for all these items below in the description, so you can find some of them there if you want the names. Got this really interesting, I guess it's a photo book, album, and it kind of looks like watercolor paper inside, actually. 10 sheets by Semicolon. Pretty cute. I actually want to open this just because I just don't know what to expect. I guess who keeps albums anymore, right? I guess you could keep sketches in here if you had sketches with loose pages. Actually, if you look at this, this is just paper. It's like really nice paper. And I guess you're supposed to, sorry, yeah, that was out of focus. You're supposed to, I don't know what you're supposed to do. I guess glue your photos to this. I'm probably going to use it just for sketching. It's a really cute little book, and it's really thin. So you can definitely get some use out of that. So tons of notebooks. Now let's see what's inside the bag. We got, well, this is my ID pass from the symposium. Put that away. We got a Clairefontaine, I guess, brochure with all their products. really nice. This is an ink company that I've never heard before, and they make really nice inks. It's called Roller and Klinger. They make fountain pen ink, and they make different colors. So they have this really cool kind of little map of all the colors, and they have cool names for them, like Emma for this emerald green, Jewel for this kind of like burgundy color, Lily, Marlene. So they all have like women names. And to my understanding, I spoke to the guy at the booth that was selling these, and he said that some of these are waterproof. So it's kind of like Noodler's ink, where you can use it in a fountain pen, but it's still waterproof, which is pretty cool. And they actually gave us a sample of that ink. So that's pretty cool. It's a little plastic bottle. So I'm really excited to try that. It's gonna be interesting. Let's see. Sorry, I lost my headphone here. We have White Knights dot cards. So we have little dots of White Knights watercolor paint. I actually made a review about White Knights, or I should say Yarka, which is the same company and basically the same paint, but with a different name. Is the name they use to sell in the US. And I made a review of that, so I'll put a link to that below so you can see it. So this is basically the same paints in dot card form. They kind of got stuck to the plastic. So that's cool. Maybe I can take that for traveling or something. I got a bunch more brochures and things. I got a Marabou brochure. They make fine liners and other types of markers, which is pretty cool. And I think they included, here it is, they included a Marabou aqua pen, which is, I guess, water soluble pen, and it has a brush, like a brush side. I don't know if you can see it there. Trying to see if you can see it there. And then there's another side to it, which is kind of a more fine liner point. So that's pretty cool. It's like a neon green. So I'm excited to use that. They also included a Zebra Sensations brush pen, which I put in my pencil case that I take with me. I started using it right away, so it's not inside the bag. But it's just a felt pen, and it's pretty good. It's permanent ink, so it's not water soluble, which I appreciate with watercolors. I got some Porto stickers from the symposium, some core watercolor dot cards, I guess. And I heard somebody say that these, so these are dot cards of some core watercolors. It's pretty cool. It has permanent green, light benzimidazoline yellow, indanthrone blue. Oh my god, I've never heard those names before. Mars orange deep, quinacridone red, and manganese blue. And I like how the dot card is actually laminated, so you can actually, there has a little mixing area in the middle. That's pretty cool. So really nicely laid out dot card. I like it. And then it has a little bit of a envelope. It says paint and share artist trading cards inside. Ooh, artist trading cards. Wish I had seen these when I was in the symposium. Cute. There's like 3 kind of watercolor paper little cards that you can paint, I guess, with using the dots to give them to other people. I kind of wish I'd done that when I was there. Let me tell you, the symposium was amazing. It was very overwhelming, though. There's so many things to do, so many people to meet, and I didn't have time to go through all this like I'm doing now. So that's why I didn't realize. This is a Daniel Smith extra fine watercolor colors chart, which is awesome. It's nice to have one with their entire line of colors. They also included a little tube. So excited. Little tube of Daniel Smith watercolors. This is great. I mean, if you were going to buy this, it would cost you a lot of money. So I'm very happy. It's a lunar blue, which is a kind of looks like an indigo or very dark blue. I'm very excited to try that. I don't have that color, so that's awesome. Got Nevskaya Palitra sticker. Kings Creek. Oh, this is, I'm going to show you during the video something about Kings Creek. It's they're a German company that make watercolor palettes made out of wood, and they're beautiful. And I got a video of those palettes so you can see them. Next up is a really cute pencil tin that has the Urban Sketchers Porto Symposium logo on it. And it's by Cretacolor, so it's actually branded with one of the sponsors. And it's a Cretacolor charcoal pencils. So they're beautiful. They're gorgeous. I love this. I love tins. You know that. I love tins. And these are like, there's a brown, there's a white, and there are 4 black of different hardness: soft, hard, medium. Very, very nice. Faber-Castell gave us a water brush. It's a medium size bristle travel size water brush. Is really cute. Definitely going to use this a lot. So that's awesome. Stillman and Burns, the sketchbook makers, they make really nice sketchbooks. They have paper samples of all the sketchbook paper they have. That's pretty cool. So they have Alpha series, Beta series, Gamma series, Epsilon, Delta. So you can see them all. They have like toned paper too. That's pretty cool. That's really nice. So you can know. I always get confused when I see these in the store, like, which one should I buy? Because there's so many different ones. And I don't know what the paper feels like. So this is perfect because I can try it out and see which one. And last but not least, Winsor and Newton. They gave us really cool watercolor marker. See if I can open it. I think I might need, sorry. I might need scissors for this. And sorry about that cable. So cool. Design for precision, just add water. Light fast and highly pigmented. Excellent for color and blending. Very, very cool. Store horizontally. Oh, interesting. I guess it's real pigment, I think. So there's a fine point end of the marker and a brush. And I'm kind of curious to use this. I saw a guy, so Winsor & Newton had a table at the symposium, and they had a guy doing a kind of a demo, and he made some really cool stuff. Not want to use a lot of markers, so I'm not super familiar with them. Oh, cool. That's pretty nice. And I'm just using a regular Pentel water brush to thin it out, so that's pretty cool. Yay, I'm gonna try that for sure. Could use it for, I don't know, for something, some sketching of the sky or the sea, I don't know. So that's all the stuff I got for free. Now I'm gonna get the stuff that I purchased to show you all the stuff that I got. I'm gonna come back in a sec. All right, I'm back. So before going to Portugal for the symposium, I actually went to Spain as well. And I did buy one thing in Spain, which was this. It's a little tin, basically kind of like an Altoids tin. It's super cute. It has a little kind of mandala on the top. And the reason why I bought it is because it has a wide interior. And it would be perfect to make a little travel watercolor set. It was €2, and it was at this store called Alejop, which is a Spanish store that they sell just like gifts and curious little things like trinkets. So I just want to show you that. And then I went to the marketplace where they were selling at the symposium, the different vendors and local art stores. And I got a few things. I got Daniel Smith masking fluid with applicators. And the reason why I got this, even though I already have some masking fluid, is because one, it has an applicator, like a tiny thin applicator. The one I have, it's just in a bottle and it's harder to apply. And I was taking a workshop as part of the symposium about leaving white in watercolor and different techniques to do that and why to do it and how to do it. So I bought it for that workshop, but I ended up not using it, so it's unopened. I also got there was a local art store close to my hotel, which was like, I have to say it was like 100 years old. It was a beautiful, beautiful little art shop. And I went in and I didn't really have anything to buy at the time because I have so much stuff, as you can see. But I wanted to buy something just to buy it because the lady was so nice. So I bought this tiny little half pan of Winsor & Newton Cotman indigo watercolor. I actually have a little Cotman set that I reviewed in a previous video, and it has white watercolor in it, which I don't really use that much. So I think I'm going to replace that white with this indigo and just make my watercolor box with colors that I actually use. And then in the marketplace, I bought two things. I bought, two additional things, I guess. This is a company called Firmo, and it's a Portuguese company, and this is the name right here. And they make notebooks and sketchbooks. And they were making these tiny little sketchbooks that depicted little sketches of different cities in Portugal. It's called Bloco Histórico, which means like historic, I guess, block of paper. And they just had different sketches of different cities, and I thought it was so cute. So I got it. It's actually not really thick paper. It's just like to take notes and, you know, like if you have to write a to-do list to go to the supermarket and like shopping list or something, that kind of paper. I mean, I guess you can sketch with pen or pencil, but I love sketching with watercolor, so I probably wouldn't be using that for sketching. And the other thing I got was rosemary brushes, travel brushes. Oh my God, I've been wanting to get rosemary brushes for so long. They only sell them online. You have to pay shipping. So the vendor was actually there, like rosemary people were there. And I thought they were pretty affordable, and they were just beautiful brushes. This is a Rigger R12. So it's like, it comes in a metal case and you close it, and it's like really nice. I have other travel brushes that are Da Vinci, which are the ones that you screw on and off. These, they're just a lot more elegant, I think, and they're thinner. The other ones are bulkier, and I'm really looking forward to using these. I haven't used them yet, so I might do a review on them in a different video. And then this one is my favorite. It's a sable mix. So it's like part synthetic, part natural bristle. And it's like a quill brush. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's a quill brush, and it's just beautiful. It's like handmade and stuff, but it's still sleek and travel friendly. It's hard to close though, because it has little hairs that stick out. But I'm definitely going to use these for sketching on the go. And this specific one I'm going to use a lot. I know that. And then I went to this Spanish department store, I guess, that happens to be in Portugal as well. It's called El Corte Inglés. So anybody who has been, here's the name of the store. Anybody who has been to Spain or Portugal has seen the store. It's everywhere. And they have a pretty good art section, although they basically focus their assortment on a few brands. They don't have a lot of brands. They have a lot of Talent stuff. Talent is a company from Holland. It's a Dutch company. They make Van Gogh watercolors and Rembrandt watercolors, and Talens watercolors as well. Or Talens art supplies, I guess, because I don't know if they have Talens watercolors. And they make Talens gouache. So I haven't really used gouache yet. It's something that I just haven't gotten into. I've been using watercolors mainly for the past few years. And I've been curious about gouache and how it behaves, as I've never tried it. So this gouache set is a mixing set. It was 15 euros, 30 cents. I mean, super affordable. I looked at the reviews online before buying it, and a lot of people compare this to the Winsor & Newton Designer's gouache, but a cheaper alternative to it. And I decided that I should go ahead and buy it because Winsor & Newton gouache is super expensive. These are 20 milliliter tubes, and there's 5 of them for 15 euros. That's really cheap. That's like 3 euros per tube. I bought 1 tube of Winsor & Newton gouache at my art store. I think it was Blake Art Supplies. It was like $10 US. That's like maybe 8 euros. So if I was gonna buy 5 of these, I would spend $40 to $50. For this, I spend like less than $20, and there's more milliliters in these tubes than in the Winsor & Newton tubes, which are a lot smaller. So I did a test. I tested them out last night just to see how they behaved. So I'm going to show you a little sketch that I did with these. This is a sketchbook that I got as a gift from a coworker, and I painted these grapes. When I was in Porto, we went to the Douro Valley, which is where they make port wine, and the vineyards are there, and the different wine companies have wine tasting places or whatever you call that, and vineyards. And I took pictures of the valley, the river, and the vineyard. So this is inspired by that. And I really enjoyed using it. It looks really good. It goes on really nicely, really opaque in a good way. Even though I'm used to using watercolors, which are transparent, it takes a little getting used to. And then this sketchbook is, I don't know where they got it, whoever gave it to me, but I've been using it for colored pencils. And this is another sketch of the Douro Valley, which I did. These are basically the kind of the vineyards and the Douro River. So that's just a little show and tell for you. And then a couple of things that I purchased while I was in Porto was Arches rough grain watercolor paper, 140 pounds. I always use the cold press paper. I've never used the rough paper. So I'm very curious to see how that works. And I got a really, really massive sketchbook by Talens, which is basically a larger version of this sketchbook, which is the one I've been using, which I bought in the same store last year. At least my husband bought it for me, and he gave it to me as a present. And I really enjoy using that. So I bought a big one, and it's actually pretty inexpensive. It was 8 euros 20 cents, which is a great price for such a big sketchbook. It is 8.3 by 11.7 inches. It's 100-pound paper. It's good for watercolors. It's good for charcoal, pencil, graphite, crayons, ink, and watercolor. It's really nice. So I wanted to show it to you before we continue with the video. Had to add this part of the video later because I realized that I forgot to show you a couple of things that we got at in the bag. One of them was, well, the Zebra Sensations that I told you that I put in my my pencil case. I just wanted to show it to you. It's a felt pen by Zebra, and the tip is basically a felt pen, but the good thing about it is, one, it is permanent, and two, that you can make really fine lines, or you can use it on its side and make really thick lines. So I like that. That's pretty good pen. I used it for one of the workshops, and it was actually really nice to use. And the other thing we got was this Faber-Castell Albrecht Durer. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Magnus watercolor pencil. We got the red one, and I just drew a little bit there so you can see how that is water soluble. So it's pretty neat. Really like it. I like all the Faber-Castell products, especially the watercolor pencils. Even the children's watercolor pencils are really good. So these are even better. So here's my sketchbook that I used in Porto, and some sketches, some watercolor sketches. This is a sketch that I did for one of the workshops at one of the plazas in front of the kind of the stock exchange and the marketplace. And I didn't really like how that turned out, but it was for the workshop. And this is inside of the train station, Sao Bento train station, which is beautiful. They had like some beautiful tile work there. This is also inside the train station for one of the sketch walks. And then this is kind of the logo of the symposium. There were some rubber stamps that you could use. So I think it starts around here. So I drew the logo actually. This is kind of the Ribeira, which is like the riverside where all the little houses, restaurants, and this bridge, which is very famous and everybody sketched, was there. This is one of the houses along the Ribeira. This is some of the workshops that I did. One of the workshops was called Draw Less, Show More. So it was about just drawing more simple while still communicating the message that you want in the sketch. So it was about deciding what the focal points were going to be and what to really, you know, draw. So like, for example, I drew this sketch first, and it actually was too busy based on the guidelines we were given. So I had to redraw it to make it a lot simpler. And then we would draw on top, we would paint on top using watercolors, scenes from the tiles in the train station. So that's why the blue is kind of on top. It was very kind of abstract. It was really nice. These are some of the houses in front of the Alfandega do Porto, which was the kind of the convention center. It used to be the old customs house, and that's where the symposium took place. And a lot of people sketched. There was a lot of little houses up in a hill. Porto is very hilly, lots of hills. So lots of little houses up in hills. This is one of the little houses that were in front of the Alfandega. This is the train station from like the side of the train station. From the outside, this is a sketch from the Douro Valley, from the vineyards. So these are all vineyards. Some of them were also olive trees, I think. So I think these were olive trees and these were vineyards. And this is a bridge that was there for the train tracks. This is a sketch of the Douro Valley. We took a cruise in the river, and I sketched this. This is a little town that was in the distance, from the train, from the boat. This is also another boat tour we took close to the Ribeira. So these are little houses that you could see from the boat. When we were in one of the boats, there was a little sleeping dog inside the boat. So this is a sketch of the sleeping dog. Kind of one of my favorite sketches, I think, from the trip. And this is the Torre dos Clérigos, which is the kind of symbol, the building that's like the symbol of Porto. It's a very tall tower that's on top of the hill, so it's very noticeable, and it's definitely one of the most noticeable things about Porto. This is one of the vineyards, which was called Croft, and this is as seen from one of the river boats. And that's it for the sketchbook. But then I also wanted to show you something else really quick before we go on to the videos. I was given some samples of things that I didn't show you, that were not in the bag. So these were given to me by some of the vendors. Daniel Smith gave me this dot card of Primatech watercolors, and I told him I would do a review on it. So watch out for that. I'll be doing a review of the Primatech watercolors. And Hand and Mule folks gave me these paper samples of all their papers. This is a harmony line, expression line. Some of these are cotton rags. Some of them are pulp, mixed media watercolor. This is rough watercolor paper. And I might do a review on these as well. So look out for that video in the next few weeks. That's it, folks. That's a tour of the 9th Annual Urban Sketchers Symposium in Porto this year in 2018. I hope it inspired you to go to similar events in the future and you get to see what it was like to be there. So hopefully you can attend a similar event to meet other artists and like-minded people. If you really like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments below. I'll also leave some links for all the products that I got in the goodie bag and some of the vendors and all that information. Leave me your comments, and otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. See you next time.